only. In the top left, the orange Protoss is Rotty. And in the bottom right, a very cool caster from down under. It is Maynarde.
How does it feel to be on the same team as the legend Rotty?
Very good, very good. Yeah.
Did you catch Maynard's games last year in the casters tournament?
No, I don't think so. But I remember the Twitter banter he
Yeah.
had. I think also he was also in a group with Rotty, right? And then he responded to one of his videos, and he was like, "Yeah, you're probably right. You're gonna own me," and that was it.
Yeah. I think Roddy made like a funny video where it was like, "My friend from Down Under. Down Under is where you're gonna be in the group," or something. That was really funny. And then Maynard was like, "Roddy, I got only one thing to say. You're probably right." But yeah, no. In his games last year, Maynard actually went for a bunch of proxy reapers, which is, you know, a little bit almost weird because he lives in Australia and he has really high ping, and then he just kind of lost them and tapped out. So that was kind of sad to see him go out so quickly. But obviously, he's facing guys like Roddy, you know, with much higher MMR and capable of competing with a lot of people.
Yeah, I think he, in general, like I watched his video, I don't think he's too happy with the group he got. This is, I think, the hardest group probably.
Yeah.
And I think he improved since the last tournament, but we will see if that pays off in this group specifically. But this game we can already see he's playing a lot more standard, so no proxy reaper shenanigans. Both players opening pretty safe, pretty standard. RotterdaM actually going for the Cybercore before the Nexus, so maybe he wants to chrono boost out on that.
Yeah, I mean, Roddy is known for his Roddy builds. He'll always do. He's actually riding a lot right now. Needs to be careful not to let that distract him too much. And yeah, this group is really tough, actually. Like with Indy in it as well. Like definitely one of the guys that's not talked about, I feel, enough compared to relatively how good he is. You meet Indy often on ladder or?
Not anymore, but like a year ago when he wasn't like a full-time streamer, he was very good. Like he was 6.2, 6.3k, and I met him a lot. I even played some custom games with him.
Okay, so a year ago he was very good.
Yeah.
But now?
Now I don't meet him as much anymore. I think he also off-rates.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, I asked this knowing that, you know, you have a really high MMR, and it would be hard for these guys to meet you a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Reaper. Actually, Stalker walks right past it as Rotty finds his way across the map right now.
Yeah, one of the features of this map is that there's no ramp directly at the natural, so you can't hold a high ground against the Stalkers. So Rotty is going for multiple Stalkers, and I think he's just going to send them across the map. And he will kind of just deny the mining at the natural from Maynard, already getting probably 3 SCVs, which is a really nice start.
Yeah, Maynard this time not choosing the cheesy route of any kind of proxy, just trying to macro with the expansion and triple barracks, but not rushing that bunker against Rotty. The guy who on Warcraft 3 attacked 24/7, he never cracked anything. What a foolish idea.
Wow, he's even dropping a mule at the natural. I think that's a bit
ambitious.
That's a bit optimistic. Yeah.
In the meantime, Rotty actually can't believe the game is going so well. He's scouting a little bit everywhere for proxies. He's like, something has to be going up somewhere. Nope.
No. Yeah, it's just 3 barracks openings, but without this bunker that you mentioned, it's very hard to defend against the Stalkers, especially if you don't have a high ground, if you don't have like a Widow Mine, which Maynard's opening does not involve a factory. Instead, he went for an early +1, a very early eBay.
And Rotty actually drops double Forge. I feel like after a start like this, you can play pretty aggressive. You can do almost like whatever you want, you know, like he pulls so far ahead. He killed 8 SCVs and 2 Marines and he hasn't lost a unit. So it's like now 38 walkers to 21. He's gonna take the traditional quick third that he usually takes. Rotty always, like, it's funny, like he stays on 2 gases for a long time, then sometimes he takes a third one and he takes a 4th base. Yeah, see, there it is. He takes the 3rd gas.
Yeah.
Like every time I watch Roddy stream, I see him do this with like mass Stalkers and charge loads, and basically staying on a low gas count and taking a lot of bases.
It's funny, he has been doing this style for a very long time, and this style actually gained some popularity not too long ago. Like the Protoss just stay on 3 gas and 4 gas and just chrono boost out their upgrades and stay very charge lot heavy.
Yeah.
I've seen also the top level pro gamers do this as well. So Rotti a bit ahead of the
meta.
A bit of the head of the meta there, yeah. And he actually, I'm not sure though if one gateway Robo Double Forge Twilight Council third base is a safe build necessarily. Maybe against Maynarde, but I feel like Maynard's build is actually pretty aggressive himself. So
yeah. What do you think would be a good counter to what Roddy is doing?
I think pretty much what Maynard is doing, just maybe a bit more smooth of a build order, and obviously not losing that much at the start.
I feel like against a Terran that likes to turtle and then get ghosts, whenever Terran finally gets like 3 ghosts, it's so much harder already for Protoss to win. Because you're relying a lot on gateway units, so you're hoping to get aggressive, and I mean it's a counter to the humans that like to play aggressive. Oh, actually, Stalkers get caught a little bit here. Oh my god. This was actually looking scary here for a second. That's a lot of Marines, but he already has to steam once. Yeah, so I think he's gonna hold, but definitely losing 8 probes here. Not bad from Maynard. You can tell the man streaming every day has been practicing. One of the more entertaining streamers out there. Check him out. This is Maynard on Twitch. Goes across the map and kills 8 probes. Not bad. That's more than he killed the whole tournament last time.
That was pretty good. Also nice focus fire on the shield battery right away. And as I said, this was not the safest build by RotterdaM, but now the upgrades kick in. He has 1-1 done. He can even start his next upgrade. Starts +2 right away. 2-2. And now I think Maynard is in a little bit of trouble, even though he did some damage. He's still quite a bit behind in economy. And his starport is obviously super late. So he can't really move out on the map, I feel like, ever again in this game. So yeah, I think this is the point in the game where the Terrans usually start to turtle and do what you said, maybe go to Ghost or something, but I think it's already looking pretty alright for my man RotterdaM.
And still only a 3rd gas. No 4th gas, no 6th gas. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that 4th Nexus start in a second. I show kindness.
I love this chat between them. My favorite part is how RotterdaM said he's gonna make it a bit quicker this time, and then he goes for the greediest opening possible.
Yeah. I love how Roddy says got me a little scared, because I was scared too for a second when I saw like how many Marines were there and that he stemmed, but yeah, eventually like he was gonna have to steam one more time, and that's when the Marines go really low on HP, especially without Medivac, so
Yeah.
he's actually taking gases, not taking a 4th Nexus.
And a Robo base, so going for what do you think, Colossus or Disruptor here?
I think Colossus is way better, but I've seen Protosses, especially when you already have Blink. Disruptor can be pretty good. This SimCity makes me nervous. I feel like he's not gonna get stuck right now, but if he has a couple more, you know, crooked pylons and somewhere in there, it could be really bad.
Do you think a Colossus wouldn't be stuck already? To the left
I don't
side
think
of the
so,
Robo?
no. Oh my god. They are typing and in the meantime he snipes the Medivacs. Next level strats! I don't think a Colossus couldn't get stuck, I think here. Oh yeah, actually if he rallies it on that side. Oof. I guess that would just force the prism. It wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's a Disruptor production begins.
Okay. Yeah. Second Robo on the way as well. I feel like he could be taking a 4th base right around this time as well. There's no real threat, and he can see how big Maynard's army is, obviously, with 2 very well-placed observers. I like that Maynard is sending out a couple of single Marines to spot for RotterdaM's army movement, maybe also to spot for Warp Prism, potentially. And yeah, this is looking really good for RotterdaM. He already started 3-3. Maynard didn't even start +2 yet. Just now he started it.
Yeah, I've seen Rotti do this attack many times before too on the 3rd base, because he has so many Zealots, and usually at this timing Terran won't have stuff like Ghosts out a lot of the time. And especially if there is stuff out on the map, then Terran will be missing some of that army. So right now Roddy, he gets the full view of what Maynard's army is like, and he's probably looking at it, is like, well, I probably could steal Moral that entirely, but he's setting up an attack on the right side at the same time. So I think try and go into that mineral line. He's waiting. Seems like he wants to toy with his food a little bit.
Look at the Robo, by the way. Look at the Robo.
Oh my god.
That's sick.
Only a Roddy build.
Perfect.
And that's why Artosis only makes 1 pylon. Because if you had only 1 pylon here, they could get out easily. You get a taste test pylon, that's what you get.
That makes sense.
Oh my god, he's gonna kill it. He's killing the tasteless pylon. Wow. History being made right before us. Oh, Maynard loaded up some medivacs and Roddy spotted it with his observer. Damn, this observer. Like, can you get any more obvious? It's actually kind of hard to see. Damn.
Yeah, they're not easy to see anymore. I remember they used to do a sound when they went into this mode.
Yeah.
And then instead, they said they started moving slightly and they lost the sound. And then I was talking with Drogo and he was like, you know what, this is a nerf. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't see them.
Yeah.
And the hearing them was so obvious.
Well, to be fair, making a sound is a little bit silly though, right? Like, it's like, hey, we're here.
Yeah,
We're invisible, but we're here. Like, what? Maynard does get out with one of the medivacs, but he's gonna lose one of those worth of units as well.
Yeah.
Not the most aggressive game. Like, Roddy did a rush in the start, Maynard did a counter attack, but other than that, we're just kind of sitting back and macroing from both sides.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like Roddy just lets him live for a bit, and now that his 3-3 is done, I feel like he's gonna go for the KO punch. And Maynard did actually quite a good job at macroing behind us. He was quite a bit down in supply, but now he's almost maxed out himself. But I think just the upgrades and the pure army value of RotterdaM is a lot better.
Well, that tank was a little bit lonely up there. Maynard needs to react here. His fourth base gets cancelled in the meantime. That's probably what he was looking at. Gonna steam right in there. Oh my god, the disruptor shots. Well, as soon as they got unstuck, those guys cleaned up house real quick, and Roddy gets the first map win.